Yo, I think last week I was like one thing that you can take from this episode or something, but like the one thing you can really take away from this episode was impactful through sacrifice on both sides. One side being like completely like pointless or whatever because it still didn't help out the dark territory. Like that was like it's almost laughable about like the dark territory and like those mages and stuff, like from the last episode when Alice used that formal art and just pretty much wiped out almost 90% of like the forces, like 30% dark mages, 70%, oh sorry I spit a little bit, but 70% of like the ogres or something like that, and like total like almost 90% of all of their forces annihilated. And the dark mage is like, or the leader, she's like, what the hell like happened? Like all of the sacred power or the dark power was sucked up from what Alice did, and everybody's wondering what the hell's going on. And then she confronts the Emperor Vector, right? So then I thought he was going to kill her, the dark mage leader, that woman. I thought he was going to kill her, but it like he doesn't care. It seems like he's being like a little I don't want to say nice, but like resentful. But it's not that he's resentful. It's just that he doesn't give a shit because he just wants Alice. That's all that's literally what he wants. He doesn't care how many people are going to get killed or anything like that and stuff, because he is a psychopath. And the dark mage is seeing that as like something that's like he's not resenting her for what happened or something. And bro, what happened like with Alice and Eldrie, bro, Eldrie went out like a G, man. Like seriously, everything that he did in this episode made me actually like him now. Because in Sword Art, in SAO Alicization, I didn't really necessarily like him that much. And then the beginning of War of Underworld, I'm like, all right, dude, get out of here. But the way he went out and the way he thinks about like Alice, you know that he loves her. Like he is it in love with her, or is it just he always wants to be by her side and protect her and be that one who she likes to call upon for when she needs help or something? But anyways, like the first part of this episode, there wasn't necessarily that much like stuff going on, except that so pretty much the beginning of this episode is them strategizing on how to get to or win the war more. Obviously that's what you do. And Alice is talking about let me go because apparently she's called the Priestess of Light, and the Emperor Vector wants her and stuff, and they're conversing about that stuff. And like before this all even happened, you see you see Alice and Eldrie about to retreat and go like attend to the wounded and go help out and such. And then after that beam that almost annihilated like their entire forces, right? The ogre, the chief ogre, was still alive and was going to confront like Alice, being like, I saw you use that. You must be the Priestess of Light that the Emperor was talking about, and if I take you there, like all of the ogres can go back to the grasslands and stuff. And it seems like a lot of them don't want to fight, but for some reason they're excited to fight. I don't know what's going on there. And and also a quote that he said like before Alice like cut him. I think Alice gives him respect for being a chief and stuff, and for what he said, and like his quote saying that like the strong carry a burden as heavy as they are strong. And that makes complete sense. Like the stronger you get, the more burdens you are going to have to carry. Like what Alice had to do to use those souls for her gain to win or to end the war in that giant like fire flaming beam or whatever that she almost annihilated everybody. Like that makes complete sense. and seeing him like that, and then she cuts him down, and the way like she gives him respect for wanting to go back to like just to be in peace and also being the chief and stuff, and she takes his soul and is like, at least your soul can go back to the grasslands. And that was an emotional part. That was very emotional. But like the main big things about this, like this episode. Okay, so now let's get into that sad, depressing ass stuff that like was completely redundant. Like none of it worked. Was that so? The Emperor said, "Will 3,000 soldiers or lives be enough to use to use your dark power, your dark formal art, to the leader of the dark mages, whatever, right?" And he decides to, oh my gosh, like this was really hurt. Like for me, it really, like I really felt the chief of the orcs, like him, like I felt for him so much, like the first of all, the dark mage girl, like she comes and says like, you're to round up 3,000 of your soldiers as sacrifices for like the dark mage's abilities and stuff, right? He's like, what are you talking about? Like that's crazy, you're out of your mind, right? And the way that transpired, like with him being so depressed about that, and then like having to see which seemed like his girl, like the lady orc that was like, we'll gladly give our lives for the emperor and stuff like that, even though they don't really even know the emperor's true motives of what he's doing. And the way that went down when she's like, we'll gladly do it, and then him seeing all of his people like that, like it seems like they were pretty much being blown up in a little in a small space, and that dark art being used to attack all the integrity knights and such was just, this shit was messed up. Like I saw the orc leader crying his eyes out, and then it seems like his flux, like, or his light cube is going to break or something, because you saw the red glow, which means like it's in his eye, right? And like he's scratching his face like, I can't, like pretty much can't forgive this. So next episode is called Sword and Fist or something, and I think he's gonna do some crazy, and I think he's gonna try to attack his own people, like the emperor or something like that. He's gonna do something. But that was depressing to watch, like just to see his own people, him not wanting that to happen, and then like his soul is breaking. Like that's sad in and of itself. But then like before that, actually, like when they were strategizing and stuff, Alice is like, they want me, so I'm gonna go infiltrate through the enemy forces into at the end of the Dark Terror, because also she remembers hearing about the altar from like the Alicization, the SAO Alicization, that like he needs to take Alice there, like Kirito needs to take him there before, or her there before he got fried, like his soul got fried. So she's like, I gotta go down to the Dark Territory because that's where the altar is. So she's like, I'll go, but then Bercoli's like, you're gonna take a third of our forces, and Bercoli was coming too, and like I think 2 other Integrity Knights were coming, and bro, that shit was crazy. But then the Dark Mages used that ability, right? This is what I'm saying when I said that Eldrie was a straight G in this episode, right? Because like the Dark Mages push their attack, right? Their formal art attack or whatever, right? So then like even Bercoli realized like, how did they get that power and stuff? Like Alice was like, how did they get that formal art when there's nothing going on the battlefield and stuff? And Bercoli realized like instantly, like those bastards, what are they doing? Like instantly knew that they're sacrificing their own people to attack us. And so the thing gets launched, like those demon worm looking things get launched at them, right? And everybody's trying to like scatter to get out of there. Bercoli, Alice, all of them trying to get out of there. And then coming in hot, Eldrie, my guy, he's like, no, I ain't about to let this happen. He gets in there, uses his divine weapon, the serpent whip, and like, it didn't do that much, but it was able to get that entire like collective power towards Eldrie. Like, all of it went up to Eldrie. My guy got all of that entire formal art like weapon aimed completely at him. Like, bro, like, again, I didn't like him that much in SAO Alicization and a little bit of the beginning of War of Underworld, but now I understand who he is. He just wants to be by Alice's side, just wants to make her proud and stuff, and I'm pretty sure that he is in love with her. And like, him getting sacrificed, like, he doesn't have like his bottom half at the end of this shit. And then Alice is crying, being like, please don't go, I'll do anything for you, just stay alive and stuff. And like, her freaking out, like, he's split in half, but regardless, in that situation, you still want that person to live and stuff. And he went beyond like what his life number was. Like, it went into the negatives. Like, it was so sad. It was so impactful. Like, his death, and then the chief orcs people was being sacrificed. Like, all of that just felt so heartbroken. And again, like, the Dark Territory, like, a lot of them are so dumb in that they don't want to completely join together. And when that happens in war and in battle, it's not going to work out, like, at all. There may be some sacrifices, again, with the Integrity Knights, but they're going to win at the end. Like, they are complete teamwork. That's what they are. And Eldrie just sacrificed himself like that. Like, after he told Alice in the beginning that, like, I shouldn't even be alive because I let so many goblins and stuff get all the way to the even the supply camps and stuff like that, and I even let the chief get by me and stuff. And he's like, I don't have no right to be called a knight, and freaking out and stuff. And Alice is like, I do need you. I need you here and stuff. And the human empire needs you. So then, like, he takes that into account, and he's like, all right, let's do this. And he sacrifices himself with his divine weapon, fighting those disgusting dark worm-looking things, to where, like, those 3,000 orc sacrifices for one integrity knight. Like, that dark mage girl was so pissed that happened and everything, and it seems like she's disgusted by love or something, because the orc chief and his girl, like, they hugged it out or something, and I think they kissed or something, and she looked disgusted, which was kind of funny. But my gosh, Eldrie was the man this episode. The biggest thing about the episode. Like, it was insane. And then after that, Alice is like, nah, fuck this. So she takes her dragon and also Eldrie's dragons, because I completely forgot that they're actually both brother and sister dragons. Went off to where the rest of the dark mages were. And she straight up annihilated, like, all of them and stuff. But it seemed like the Chancellor of the Dark Mages, she used like 2 of her people or something, and like stuck her hands in them, and she was gonna use the Sacred Art. So I think she's gonna come back next episode, and something's gonna happen with her and Alice. I don't know, but that shit's gonna be looking crazy. And then like, Alice, obviously, like, she annihilates all of them with the dragon and stuff. And with her weapon too. Destroys everybody. She's like, I'm Alice's Synthesis 30, the Priestess of Light. Come at me, bitch. Like, the way she did that, like, was beastly. Like, the way she was angry and stuff, but it was such controlled anger. Like, that is the way to do it. Don't let, like, emotion completely throw you off your game in battle and stuff. Like, she focused it into what she needed to do. She didn't go completely, like, psychotically crazy or something, that she was clumsy or anything, but she was precise and pristine and, like, fantastic. But then the Emperor, Mr. Miller, sees her, and he's like, oh, Alice, she's there. So, and that's the end of the episode. So I don't know what the hell's gonna happen next episode. I think like the orc dude is gonna lose his shit, gonna lose his mind. The Chancellor of the Dark Mages, she did something because like she smiled and then she was covered by Alice's weapon. I don't know what's gonna happen there, but like I think both of them are gonna do something crazy and wild. I'm ready to see like more of the other like tribes and stuff. I'm ready to see that. And yo, like it was a very heartfelt episode. That's what it was. Very, very heartfelt, and I really did enjoy a lot of it, especially Eldrie, man. Like, respect to you, my guy. Like, seriously. Like, you loved Alice. You've been in love with her for the longest time, and you really just want her to be happy and to be by her side and stuff. And you went out like a G, man. Like, seriously, you like. Best way to go out, like, honestly. 3,000 sacrifices just for him, like, one integrity night. Like, he was able to channel that all to where he was, and it was beautiful. It really, really was beautiful. Like, it was sad, but a beautiful ending to an integrity night like him. And then Alice just annihilating everything, and then Mr. Miller seeing her, and so who knows what's going to happen next episode. I love this episode again. Very good stuff, very emotional, very like heartfelt, impactful stuff between not just the Integrity Knights and like the Human Emperor, the good side and stuff, but also the Dark Territory with like the orc and stuff like that. The orcs and the chief of the orcs and stuff. It was sad and oh, man. It was a good episode. But what did you guys think about this episode? Leave down in your comments your thoughts about this episode, your thoughts about what I said and whatnot. And like the video if you liked the episode, like the video if you liked anything I had to say, like the video if you liked me and everything, and subscribe to the channel for more reviews, vlogs, unboxings, live reactions, and theory discussion videos, and things like that. So, gentlemen, stay classy, ladies, stay sassy, but most importantly, everybody, you gotta stay a little nasty, alright? So, peace and love, and I will see y'all later in the next video. Peace out. May the force be with you always. And plus, ultra. Alice, my girl, Eldrie, you're a real one. You're a real one, Eldrie.